And my sister asked if I wanted to be a bridesmaid in her wedding, but if I did, she said that I would have to lose weight.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I had to lose like 15 pounds.
Then don't ask you to be in her. Like, that is so. No.
Yeah, I know. It
She
was pretty
can
mean. Yeah.
jump off a cliff, honestly. Hello, and welcome to the Between Us podcast. I'm Emma, and I'm here with my mother, as always. My beautiful, wonderful, amazing, caring, kind mother.
Pay you later.
You said what?
I'll pay you later for the compliment.
Oh, pay me. Yeah. No, it's coming from the heart.
Oh, thank you.
And maybe your wallet, but that's okay. So today we are continuing our discussion about weddings. And do not click off if you're single. There's going to be some fun stories. There's going to be a lot of things that you will want to hear in this episode. So we're really excited to get started. So, but what should we start with? Because we ended with, we were talking about engagements last time.
Yeah, and we talked about proposals, engagements, family involvement.
Yeah, the proposal. Because sometimes people say no. I guess we didn't really touch on that, but that's because we haven't experienced that. So
no, we haven't. I guess it's fortunate for us.
Oh, yeah. It's better at happening then than, for example, on Love is Blind, where they go to the altar and then one of them says, "I don't." Or you know when they're going to say that they don't, because instead of saying like, you know, they have like the, what is it? Not the priest. What is it called?
The officiant.
The officiant. Yeah, the officiant. They're like, "Do you take blah, blah, blah as your wife?" And then they're like, "You know, we've had like a really beautiful relationship." Like they just like, they don't just say "I do." And you're like, cut the crap. Mm-hmm. Just like leave.
Yep. You know something's coming.
Yeah, more than two words. Yeah. Like just stop. Just leave. Why are you here? But I actually did. Sorry, this is like a little bit of a tangent here, because I just finished the reunion episode of this season, so it's fresh on the mind. But I heard that apparently, so when on Love is Blind, when you get engaged, if you break your engagement off before the altar, you owe the production company $50,000.
What?
So that's why, and maybe that's a rumor, but that's like a lot of people were saying that that's a thing. So don't quote me on that, but that makes sense though, because that's why a lot of couples, like you'll see them fighting and just like bickering and they don't do anything about it until they get to like the altar. And then that's when they like say that they do not or whatever. Because I've always wondered.
Do you think it's because they want to see the drama, and if you call it off before the poop hits the fan, they can't milk the event out? It's such a waste of a show, but I get it. Let the viewers get invested and then pull the rug out. You
right.
know?
It's so painful.
You know, I watched this TikTok or reel or whatever about this girl whose fiance went for a distress walk and at 2 a.m. the day of the wedding and never came back. And she didn't think anything of it, because he had done this before, and when she got to the ceremony, his family told her he wasn't coming. Left her right there at the altar. She had no clue. And her bridesmaids, you know, went up front of the church and told the congregation that the wedding wasn't going to be a wedding. You know, they had to call it off. Yeah, they ended up having the reception since it was already paid for and everything. You know, the bride was like, "Let's just have the party, because what else am I going to do?" You know, people paid money to come out there and be part of the wedding. So it was one of those things that it's like, well, I already spent the money. Might as well do something with it.
I can't imagine though, like being the bride, and like if I were her in that situation, I would also just be like, F it. Like we're just going to still have at least the reception. But at the same time, I don't know if I could just mentally, I feel like it would be so hard because you were going to get married and then that person just left you. Like I would be curled up on the floor, bawling my eyes out, like feeling like I'm going to die, you know?
I think they ended up, you know, doing something. The brides, you know, had a dance with her dad and they smashed the wedding cake and everything. But for him to just not show up, that's...
Oh yeah. And also it's That's so weird how he just left. It's almost like he ghosted her
Mm-hmm.
in real
Mm-hmm.
life. Like he literally just physically left and didn't say anything. That's so weird. I
Yeah.
can't imagine that happening. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
I couldn't either. I just like I'd rather know now. Yeah.
Yeah, at least they didn't get married.
No, that's true. Better to find out now than be emotionally invested in someone who wasn't ever intending to be there for you.
Oh yeah. I wonder if you could sue them for damages. You know what I mean? Because like
I don't know if they could since they may not have a contractual agreement at that time, but they
true, they have yeah,
yeah.
that's true.
But
For
who knows?
emotional damages
Oh,
they
yeah.
can. But
Yeah.
yeah, so you think the bride's parents should pay for the wedding? That's like a traditional thing, right?
Yeah, typically that is tradition. I mean, your dad and I paid for our wedding, but that wasn't the way it was supposed to happen.
What happened in your
You want to talk about it?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay. So about 5 months into our engagement, I get a call from my dad
Mhm.
saying
Mhm.
that due to some unforeseen circumstances and my dad finding some unpaid bills, I guess, we were told that we would either have to postpone our wedding or pay for it ourselves. And I was pretty heartbroken over that whole thing. Because we weren't planning on that. We were
Wait, why did he want you to postpone it? That's so weird.
because they weren't able to pay for the wedding because of these bills. But so your dad and I decided to pay for it all ourselves. We already had a 16-month engagement and weren't going to postpone it anymore. So we made changes, cut down the guest list, removed a bunch of my parents' friends from the list,
Mhm.
and kept it to our
Mhm.
friends and a small spattering of family. It was going to be our wedding at this point. We're paying for it. We get to make the choices.
Right. None of like your parents' friends. Yeah.
Mm-mm. None of my parents' friends were invited.
Yeah, they don't get a say at that point.
No.
Especially like so they tell you they were going to pay or were you like under the impression that they were going to help out
Well,
at first?
yeah, like, about a month after we got engaged, we flew back to my parents' house and planned this whole wedding and discussed, costs and who was going to pay for what. I mean, we were on some
Mhm.
kind of like whale watching cruise or whatever. And I had my book open and we were going through everything. There wasn't any pause on the cost. I think it was going to be maybe around 15,000. And
Mhm.
we looked at churches in the area and venues and discussed the guest list. And then when we flew back for Christmas, I even went dress shopping with my mom and found the perfect dress, but then that all went out the door when my dad called a couple of weeks later saying we had to postpone it for pay for it ourselves. So, yeah.
Okay.
I was living on the East Coast and all my friends were on the West Coast, so I had to go dress shopping again by myself. I didn't even get the dress I wanted, but I think I did okay. I even had my bridesmaids order their dresses through a catalog. They were kind of classy. I mean, it wasn't the experience that I wanted or expected to have, and it was kinda disappointing, but, mm, it 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 is what it is. You know what I mean? It's like, what else are you going to do? You gotta make lemonade out of lemons, right?
Mhm.
All in all, it was sad, and it was not the way I wanted things to turn out, but, we did what we needed to do for this,
Yeah.
and I think our wedding was pretty decent. I don't think it was horrible at that time. I mean,
Yeah.
we got what we ended up with was
Mhm.
nice.
Your wedding was beautiful. I'll put up a couple pictures if you're watching this podcast, but it was very classic and classy and your bridesmaids were in black and you had red
Yeah.
roses, black and white. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's very timeless, I think is a good word for it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and, the bridesmaids dresses actually came from the JCPenney catalog. Um, I had them order they were maybe $110. It wasn't too bad. They were, like, tuxedo style, like, long,
Mhm.
formal with white gloves. Our reception was nice, we had an hors d'oeuvre hour. Where, your dad and I didn't get to eat it because we were taking pictures at the time.
Yeah.
But, everybody else was there and it was just really nice. We had a sculpture. We had a lot of, I don't know, we had like maybe not so much an open bar, but we had just a
Yeah.
really nice event. It was good. But the sculpture was really nice. Like,
You had a sculpture? Like a
yeah, 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 yeah.
sculpted ice thing?
Yeah, it was
No
very
freaking
cool.
way.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, and we had a ballroom, and then we also had the crystal room at this venue. It was really nice. It was Very classy. None of my
Mhm.
friends really had anything like that. They did something a little less,
Yeah.
but it was nice, formal. Yeah. So we actually even rented limos.
Wait, I'm sorry. Your wedding was in a church, but your reception was
Yeah, so we had limos take us from the church to the reception hall, and it was maybe 20
okay.
minutes. Yeah, we rented them for the bridal party.
That's so bougie. I love it.
So it's kind of cool, like classy. And we did spend about 15,000 for the wedding. Dad paid for the tuxes for the groomsmen, and I think the airplane tickets as well. I couldn't afford to pay for anything for my bridesmaids.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Like
Hmm.
nowadays, I feel like that would at least be like 2.5 times.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, mine, you guys helped pay for the majority of the wedding, which we're so grateful for. Um, so our venue, not to like take over, I don't know if
No,
you
no,
have
no, that's
anything
okay.
else to
That's
say.
okay. No,
Okay.
you're fine.
Yeah, our venue, like, it came with catering and it was like the wedding and the
Mhm.
reception happened all in one place. So that was very nice. So
Yeah.
we had the wedding outside and then you just like walk over to the building to the reception slash cocktail hour. So that worked out really nice because we didn't have to like find a separate place. But yeah, you guys helped pay for it.
Yeah, of
And
course.
you covered the venue, which was the majority
Hmm.
of it, probably like 15-ish thousand maybe.
Yeah, yeah. Sounds
Which that sounds like a lot,
right. Hmm.
but nowadays it's very hard to
Hmm.
find.
Yeah, you had the food, the venue. We had a place for the bridal party to get ready.
Yeah.
They even brought in food for you guys before the wedding. We had a catered meal. So it was really nice, and you had somebody helping you out too during the wedding as well. They set everything up. They made it
Yeah,
just
they did set everything up and
yep,
it came with a wedding
yeah,
planner,
yeah, a
right?
wedding planner, yeah,
Wedding
a
planner?
wedding planner.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they really helped out, and
Mhm.
less work for us.
Yeah. But oh my god, weddings are so expensive. Like even cuz Evan and I probably paid for like at least 8,000 of it
Hmm.
because of the I mean, that was we wanted like a good videographer, so that was like a big chunk of it. And we also got like the raw footage of everything, which is
Oh,
great
nice. Yeah, that's
because
right.
then
That's right.
we have like 4 hours of just everything going on, which is fun to look back on. But yeah, it's definitely expensive. Normally the bride's parents pay in a traditional like male and female wedding. The bride, I don't know. That's a whole nother thing. I don't know how like same sex marriages, how that would even work.
Yeah, you don't know because it's like if it's bride and bride, groom and groom.
But because I don't have experience with that, obviously. But that's something like I'd be interested
Yeah, I
in,
wonder, like,
yeah, hearing about somebody else.
maybe the parents split it, or maybe they just pay for it themselves. I don't know. Like, it'd be interesting to see. It would
True.
be
They might
interesting to
just
see.
split it or
Yeah.
something.
Hmm.
Yeah, between the two.
Yeah.
That's true. But we had so the groom's side paid for the rehearsal dinner and just kind of figured all that out. And I didn't have a bridal shower. Was going to cuz yeah,
Yeah.
COVID is just so freaking stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. We had such a nice bridal shower planned for you.
You didn't get a
No,
refund?
no. Well, we got a deposit back from the venue. So,
Okay.
yeah, that was fine. But the rest of the stuff,
That's good
we
at
had already
least.
paid for
Yeah, that was
stuff.
a whole
Yeah.
show.
We had
But it
something.
worked out.
Yeah. It did. It did.
Weddings are always shit shows though.
Well, there's always something that's going to
They
go wrong, right? For us, it was, we had candles, and they forgot the things to light the candles, these big long sticks. So we had to light them with other candles, which is kind of weird. But yeah, you've got to
Mhm.
prepare. I mean, if you can get through the crap that happens at your wedding, that just lets you know that you can actually get through your marriage, maybe without like, too
Yeah.
much trouble.
Yeah. We had a gluten-free cake because
Mm.
A lot of Evan's family is gluten-free and I'm gluten-free by choice. So we went cake testing. I brought my mom with us because she's the gluten eater.
Yep.
So she was like the gluten tester. So we tried gluten-free and non-gluten-free cake. And you said the gluten-free, like the majority of the flavors was better. Like it was more moist or
Yeah, it was because sometimes gluten-free stuff just tastes grainy. It was so moist, moist, so
You know what?
moist.
That's Jennifer Coolidge, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So moist.
So moist.
Anyway.
No, it was good. It wasn't like grainy texture, and sometimes gluten-free anything, baked goods is grainy and has that weird kind of
hmm
aftertaste, and this didn't. It was perfect. You did really well. And the other thing we did have your venue also had glutinous cupcakes, I guess, as well, which kind of came with the package, the meal package that you
hmm
paid for. So you had options. So people could have either the cake
Yeah.
or yeah, yeah. So it
That
was
way, because
nice.
sometimes people don't always like cake or want a piece of cake, which is understandable because more for us, though.
Mm-hmm.
We got to take some home. But I think we had like a lemon cake with raspberry filling, and then
Ra-
the
raspberry,
other opposite tier was like raspberry
hmm
cake with lemon
lemon
curd
something. Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. That was good.
it was very good.
And it was a naked cake
Mm.
too.
hmm
It was you had it was very like
Yeah.
not a lot of frosting on the back. Yeah,
Yeah, because sometimes frosting is just like too icky.
yeah.
But
Had
yeah, succulents
succulents
and
and flowers.
flowers.
Yep. Mhm.
I'll insert a picture if you even care. But yeah, it was good.
Mhm. Mhm.
I love weddings, but it also is very
Yeah,
I was so glad that it was over.
it can be
Like
stressful. Yeah.
even the whole day it was just okay, we're going to do this next and then this next and this next and I'm like I just want to have this day be over. Like it was a beautiful day,
Mhm.
but at the same time it's like you have so many things you have to like jam pack into that day. Pictures, getting ready, the actual ceremony, more pictures,
Yeah.
dances, speeches, saying hi to everyone.
Yeah, especially because they come
Like
out there,
yeah,
there's
it's a
so much to
lot.
do. Yeah, it is. It is. And you got to guard your time and we had to,
There was a lot of people that came to the actual ceremony that didn't make it to the reception just because of COVID being a
mhm,
thing. But
yeah.
we did have masks. We had you helped us with that. We got little white masks with tissues and hand sanitizer as little like gifts like before the ceremony. We had like little baskets that they could pick up in case because people sometimes wanted to wear masks. It was outside and you could go outside if you wanted to during the reception if you felt more comfortable. But we also had like extra room for tables and seats and stuff so people could spread out. So it was a little more unconventional than your traditional wedding. But um, I think the guest list, I honestly think it was like the perfect amount of people.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if more came, that would have been fine. But at the same time, I thought, I think it worked out.
No, it did. And people were really respectful of the COVID. People that called me the day of the wedding and said, "Hey, I was out with somebody who was with somebody who just got COVID." So they didn't come. They were really
hmm
honorable and respectful and we really appreciated that. I mean, we would love to have them there, but we
Yeah.
we know that, that you were that respectful.
Yeah.
And we made we had protocols. Yeah, we
And
did. I
luckily, like, nobody, from what I heard, like, got sick from
Mm-mm.
it. Like,
No, we didn't hear anything. Nobody got sick. Everybody
mm-mm.
had a great time. But we really we kept making sure that people were accommodated as needed because obviously it was
Mm-hmm.
August 2020. There was COVID still around, but the rules were a little bit relaxed a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, did you think that the wedding was what you had wanted it to be?
Yeah. Yeah. It did.
So when it comes to bridesmaids, what do you think is a good number for bridesmaids?
I had 5.
You had 5.
I saw this. I don't know if it was like a TikTok video or what, or just a picture or something of these people getting married, and this person had 11 people,
11?
11 bridesmaids.
Just
Sorry.
bridesmaids. Holy cow.
I'm like, first of all, that is how do you have 11 friends that are that close to you? Like, there's no way you have time to just give the energy to those people and like have them be that close in your life. Like, it's different if you have a big family with like 5, 6 sisters and then you have like 5 friends.
Right,
But
right, right.
I don't think that that was the case.
No,
But
no.
I think 5 was like a great number.
No, I
Um,
think so too.
yeah, I
Mhm.
had some friends from college, my sister in law, and then just like friend, my maid of
From
honor was
school,
my,
yeah.
yeah, high school best friend slash
Mhm.
friend in college and friend now.
She was
So
the everything.
I think it all worked out. I
Yeah.
think a bridal party should be people that you are closest with during that time. Don't feel guilty about not having someone in your bridal party that is like you've been friends with for this amount of time.
Mhm.
If you're not close when you're getting engaged or when you're like planning your wedding, because like that was my thing. I had a lot of friends that I was friends with in high school and friends in college, and they
Mhm.
were both like equal in my eyes. That sounds like bad to compare it in that way,
Mhm.
but I just hung out with my college friends a lot more during that time because I got married like right before my senior year of college. So I was closer with them, and so that's who I chose at my bridal party. I don't really talk to like some of them as much anymore, but I wouldn't change the people that were my bridal party, you know?
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think that's how it should be. Like choose people that you're closest with at that time.
No, I think that's smart. Um, you know, I had, 2 high school friends, 1 college friend, and my sister refused to be a bridesmaid. So,
Whew.
I had my sister-in-law step in and help with that. Yeah, but it was good. I mean, my niece was a flower girl, so that was good, but yeah, my sister didn't wanna be a bridesmaid at all. And that's okay, that's her prerogative. If she doesn't,
I could say a lot of things, but I'm just gonna keep my mouth
we'll
shut.
just keep it between us.
You know, you could say no to being a bridesmaid because there is a lot of responsibilities, but
Mhm.
I know that that's not the reason she said no, so that's why I'm like,
Yeah.
But if you get asks, and I mean, obviously, that would be very kind of awkward if you said no, especially if it was like this gift somebody like the bride gives you, and then you're
Mm.
like, no.
Sorry. Yeah, that wasn't this, but, and my sister asked if I wanted to be a bridesmaid in her wedding, but if I did, she said that I would have to lose weight.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I had to lose, like,
What?
15 pounds.
Then don't ask you to be in her. Like that is so.
Mhm.
No.
Yeah, I know, it
She
was pretty
can
mean, yeah.
jump off a cliff. Honestly, that is just so not okay.
It's water under the bridge. I mean, it affected me a little bit, still does, but yeah, but mhm. My mother-in-law threw a reception for us a month after the wedding, and she went all out for it.
Love
Like,
that.
she, catered it. She had invitations sent out that matched our invitations. She, really wanted to do something for the family that was on the East Coast,
Yeah.
even though they couldn't participate in the wedding. So, yeah, it was pretty cool. Um, I got to wear my wedding dress.
That's so cute.
So, we had a recording of the wedding ceremony and played it.
Oh, wow.
She had the whole family and friends that couldn't come out for the wedding and join a celebration in the church basement. What dad kicked himself for not buying a tux because the cost of 2 rentals would have been the
That
cost of a
sucks.
tux. Yeah, so it was really nice.
Yeah.
We even flew my parents out to the reception to join us for that reception on the East Coast.
For for the reception?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We paid for it, and they stayed in our apartment with
Wow.
us.
You are
But,
too nice. Meanwhile,
yeah, we won't we
they
and
didn't
I
pay.
I know. But, we wanted them to be part of it. Yeah, and I will say my parents did pay for the rehearsal dinner at our wedding. Yeah,
Wait,
okay.
okay, question. Do you know if they helped out your sister or anyone else's? Any you
Yeah,
have
yeah, yeah.
four
Yeah.
you have three
I have
siblings,
3,
sorry.
yep. Yeah, so, okay, let's just keep this between
Mhm.
us, okay?
Exactly.
So, my brother had been engaged, and, my mom actually, went to the bridal fitting or not bridal fitting, the look for a wedding dress for his fiancée, and she paid for half of that wedding dress, and then they broke it off, and my mom didn't get the money back.
Oh, wow.
But, yeah, she did that
That
for
sucks.
mhm, yeah, and they also they also helped my sister's wedding. My sister's first marriage, she was married by justice of the peace, and then my mom wanted her to have an official church wedding, so she and my dad paid for the full thing for this second church wedding. Yeah. So that was It was yeah, two weddings.
Someone has favorites.
Yeah, we won't go there. Um,
Interesting
uh-huh.
information.
So,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
I don't always talk
I'm
about
sorry.
it's okay. I don't always talk about this because I like to limit some of the stuff, but it does affect me. I mean, it's my truth, it's what I lived through. I don't always want to dwell on some of this stuff, but
Hmm.
these are important things that happened to me that made me who I am. And they're things that I learned from. And it's my story. And yes, some of this stuff is painful and some of this stuff shows, favoritism or, I don't want to say neglect. I don't think it was so much neglect, but yeah, I don't always bring it up, but
Yeah.
but sometimes it's relevant. I don't shout it from the rooftops, all these things that happened to me. But
Yeah. I mean, for the most part, it's not like you just randomly bring it up. Like, it's if the topic comes up and then it's almost like you feel it in your heart, like, oh, I like want to share this. Because sometimes it's good to get stuff off your chest and tell people because then you don't have to burden it alone.
yeah. But I'll tell you, I came out of it with a great husband, and what we went through, we did together. So it
Yeah.
was worth it. And dad got to have a lot of input into the choices we made
Uh-huh.
for our wedding and, what it was going to look like. So we had a really great partnership.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciated that he was involved, either picking the wedding invitations, the colors, the flowers, type of tux, not just saying, "Oh, tell me when to show up," but really being part of the planning. And I guess when we had to pay for it ourselves,
Yeah.
that gave us more power to getting something that we really wanted, something we didn't have to worry about placating.
Right.
So it was good.
That is another thing to talk about because that's good when like both the guy and the girl or both sides are both involved in it because when especially in a traditional like man and woman relationship and then they're planning their wedding
Hmm.
and the guy's like, well, whatever you want, and it's like, okay, yeah, maybe the woman does like planning. Let's say she just really has like a nice Pinterest board and she knows what she wants and she can choose, the colors and pick out what she wants. But at the same time, like that is a terrible start to your life together and your marriage if you're just having the woman do everything and figure it out, you know?
Yeah, I think be a participant. I'd like to say whether you're the
Mm-hmm.
man or the woman or if you're same-sex marriage, like, don't just let one person control the vision. I mean, doesn't everyone have a vision of what
Yeah.
their wedding's gonna be like
Right.
and the ceremony and reception and who you wanna invite and, like, for me, I wanted ours to be, really formal and pretty classy and classic, so it wasn't like some kind of,
Yeah.
hokey wedding. It was, I wanted something nice and elegant. And, I think that was, I think that was big for us is to make sure we have something memorable and that your dad had a say in it as well. And, I appreciated that he participated
Oh.
in it. And he supported my vision and his vision and yeah. Yeah, and it was black and white, which some people are like, "Ooh, wow, black and white." But, it was gorgeous. Yeah, it was just one of those ceremonies that
I think you
timeless,
nailed
yeah.
it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Didn't you during your sorry, during your wedding, didn't you guys like kneel for like half an hour or
Okay.
something?
Oh, not technically a half an hour, but I will tell this story. So, your dad and I went to church together, and at this church, there were these, pamphlets that were always on the wall right before you entered the sanctuary, and we were looking at them one day, and one of was, "Prayer for your wedding," and
Mhm.
we read through it, and we're like, "Oh, this is really nice." So we picked it up and we gave it to your dad's uncle he was a pastor and we said, "Can you read this at our wedding?" Um, and we didn't realize how long it was. Now we had to kneel on this bench. It was like this padded bench, maybe 12 inches, and I had this huge dress with, the crinoline and everything. So here I am trying to get my dress and my knees on this bench, and it had a little thing where you could hold on to. And I'm, like, holding on for dear life. I'm white knuckling it through this entire prayer, and all I can think of is looking at your dad, and I'm going, how long is this gonna be? How long is this gonna be? And Uncle Jack is very flamboyant and he's very like
Uh-huh.
demonstrative and he likes to act things out and he slowed the pace down of this prayer and it was so dramatic. And I swear to God, I was going to be falling backwards and, just topple backwards down the stairs in front of the congregation. So I'm holding on to this bench and it was awful. It was scary. I was like, I wish I would have read through it like the way that he read through it and known ahead of time
Mhm.
because it was bad. Your dad's holding on to my hand. I'm holding on to the bench.
Oh my gosh.
It's it was a beautiful prayer, but it's one of
Yeah,
those.
but you couldn't enjoy it because all you were thinking of, like, is when can I stand back up? Like, get me out of here.
Yeah, but it's little things like that we're always gonna love. We're gonna love, you know, having memories of it.
True.
So you and Evan, did you plan things together? Did you design your
Mhm.
wedding together?
We shared a Pinterest board together
Oh,
of ideas and stuff, and we just agreed honestly on a lot of our stuff. Like there was no like real compromise or anything. We're very much the same person, which helps out a lot as much as opposites attract. We just like a lot of the same stuff. Our I didn't say this before, but I'm not a huge fan of like themed weddings personally for my taste,
yeah.
but there was a lot of hints of Twilight themed
Uh-huh.
sayings, quotes,
Yep. Yep.
vibes. Ever since I saw Breaking Dawn Part 1, I was like, I need that wedding. Obviously, it didn't look exactly like that or even close to it. But when we went to go visit our first venue, which was the one we actually picked out, there was an option. Like, there's different places you could actually like get married on the property. And so they have a building here and then like their parking lot. And then further back, they have like a nice fountain. And further back than that, they have this nice forest area that is very much the vibe of the Twilight wedding. And I was like, this is it. And Evan's like, yeah. And so we put a deposit down right then and there without looking at any other places, which is crazy. But we were like, we just both were like, yeah, this is
Mm-hmm.
this is the one. Which it was funny because we talked to the lady that was like showing us around and we were about to leave and right
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because there was somebody else that had an appointment and then we turned around and we were like, actually, can we put a deposit down?
Get the checkbook out, write it out right away. Yeah.
Which was funny. And yeah, so we had little signs that you helped make
Mm-hmm.
that was like, so the lion fell in love with the lamb. And I don't remember it. That's one of the signs I remember. There was so many little ones.
There was one like I've waited a lifetime for you. I don't remember all the quotes, but
Yeah, yeah.
as you walk down the aisle, there were these signs that were kind of, you know,
Yeah, they were like hung
interspersed
up on
out.
the
Yeah,
trees.
we put a ribbon around
Hmm.
them and hung them on the trees. It was really cool. So those who knew, knew. Those who had seen Twilight would get it.
Yeah, but if you didn't know, you were like, oh.
Oh, that's sweet. That's nice. That's a pretty quote.
Yeah, it wasn't like tacky or anything
No, no,
like
no,
that.
no,
It was
no.
very subtle, which
Yeah.
I think worked out well.
It was a little wink and a nod. So, I'm of the opinion that I think it's important for the mother of the groom to get involved as much as possible. Did you have Evan's mother involved in the wedding?
I'm
Or,
trying to think
even,
like of specifically the wedding cuz obviously she was involved in other things,
yeah, like,
but
did you share decor ideas or thoughts about the wedding?
I mean, I definitely like took her opinions on like wedding decor and we would like talk about it a
Hmm.
lot, but I I honestly like I don't know. I feel bad saying this, but
Well, she did come to the wedding when we were shopping for wedding dresses.
she did. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a good point.
And
She
she also helped pick out one of the dresses you tried on.
yeah, she picked out yeah, at least one of them. Yeah,
Hmm.
she was at when I went to go yeah, try on some wedding dresses. She was there.
Hmm.
Um she helped out literally like planned the entire rehearsal dinner, which was like a big thing to do.
Oh,
Um
it was beautiful. They went all out for it. It was
yeah.
lovely. Yeah.
So
It was nice. It
they
was, they had a tent and tables and everything and the food, decor.
right.
Yeah, it was really
Yeah,
nice.
it worked out so well.
Mhm.
And didn't we cater like Mission Barbecue or something? It was such
Yeah.
a vibe. It was so good. We had some champagne.
Mhm.
It was a beautiful day.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I wasn't like super like strict with certain stuff. I told her, um, well, I could say something maybe I
Go
won't,
ahead.
but
Go ahead. It's between us.
like for
Don't worry. This is between us.
okay, I'll just say it because it's not that big of a deal now. Yeah. So I was very millennial in my picking of the bridesmaid colors,
Uh-huh.
and I really wanted actually like kind of close to the pink I'm wearing now. If you can see it, it's like a light pink, but maybe not as like baby pink. Very much like a light mauve color.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I had all the bridesmaids wear that, and then they just got to pick out like the style of their dress. So I told Evan's mom, my mother-in-law now, I was like, you can wear literally any color on this planet. As long as it kind of matches the vibe of the wedding, you're good to go. Just no white and no light pink. But
Mhm.
because I didn't want her to blend in with the bridesmaids, you know? But I wasn't trying to be super picky and like a bridal bitch and Bridezilla, whatever. And then I get this text or call, or I don't remember exactly how it went down, but she was like, "Oh, got my dress for the wedding," and it was like it was a beautiful, like, cute little dress, probably like knee length, maybe T length at most, and it was like the exact color of my bridesmaid dress, and it was such a pretty dress, and she was so excited to tell me, and I was like, Evan, how am I supposed to tell your mom that she has to pick out a different dress? Like, I feel like such an a-hole telling her to do that.
Mm.
And I didn't know what to say. So I I don't remember if I made Evan say something or if we both said something. But I know at some point I told her, I was like, I am so sorry if I like misled you to the colors that, you know, I specifically didn't want you to
Didn't
wear,
want to get.
but I will help you pick out a different dress. Like, I feel really bad, like if you can return it, that's great. If not, like, I hope you can wear it like somewhere else. And we had not a lot of money. I don't even know if we helped pay for another dress for her, because if I don't think we did, which is very like shit of us, but at the same time I was like, this is the one color I was like, please just don't wear. Like, obviously white is a given, but like the color of the bridesmaid dresses, like I wanted pictures with everyone just to look very good.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
want
yeah.
your wedding to be
You
perfect.
have a
So
plan. You have an idea.
that was the one thing I was like, I'm so sorry, but you're gonna have to get a new dress.
Oh my
And then
gosh.
the dress that she actually got was way better.
Yeah.
Like, it was a very like elegant, shimmery champagne color. It was
Yeah.
pretty.
It was lovely. It
And it worked
was
well with everyone's.
Yeah, it was beautiful. She looked so amazing. She was beautiful and elegant and
Yeah.
yeah, and I felt like the frumpy mom next to her. She was so classic looking and here I am, a little bit frump in my
No.
yeah.
No, you look beautiful though.
Oh, thank you. It was just she was so effortless in her
Yeah,
beauty. Just
she doesn't know, cuz she doesn't really do her hair, do any makeup, like
mhm.
kind of, I don't know, she's just very like a simple gal. So when you saw her all done up, we were like, wow.
Yeah.
And yeah, she looked really good. And you looked really good too. Like, the
Oh,
colors complemented each other. You had a light sage green
yeah.
dress.
Yeah.
It was really pretty.
I loved my
Yeah.
dress. It was great. I didn't have to wear a suck-in garments, especially with the
Hmm.
heat we had. So it was
It
nice.
wasn't uncomfortable to wear.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Which
yeah.
is good because it was a hot
It
day.
was yeah.
So
Yeah,
you were able to flow.
it was
Yeah, have some
nice.
airflow.
One thing I loved is that we did that little ceremony before the wedding, the something borrowed, something new,
Something
something
old, something blue,
yeah, yeah,
something.
yeah. Something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue.
There you go.
Yeah, and we had your future mom-in-law, your grandma, your aunt, and myself give you those gifts. Um, it was really nice to have that little ceremony
Hmm.
together. She had this little pin that she gave you as the borrowed family heirloom to wear, and we
Yeah.
attached it to the back of your dress, and you wore it when you walked down the aisle. We had this little ceremony, and your mom-in-law, grandma, aunt, and myself give you gifts.
Right.
It was important for me that your future mother-in-law or mother-in-law had some part of the wedding experience, that she felt like she was part of the family. So for us to do that together, it was important. I mean, yeah, I kind of went through that experience where, you just tell me when to show up and I show up kind of. And I wanted her to have a memory, at least to be really part of the reception, or the at least to be part of, the whole event and experience with you, because you're going to be her new daughter, and I think it was important for her to welcome you into the family.
Yeah, that was really cool. I love that.
I really hope that she really enjoyed being part of the wedding. I think, she had yeah, the
Yeah.
dance with
And like
the
everything.
groom.
Yeah, and I mean, I've never heard any complaints from her. Like, I think she felt like she was involved, and I mean that's all that matters. Like I'm glad that she was there and was able to help out, and you were also able to be a part of our
Yeah.
wedding.
It was just sad that I didn't get a mother-daughter dance with you, and, moms don't get, like
Traditional. We could have done something.
I
We didn't
know.
have to be super traditional.
That's okay. We still did some stuff together. We're on the floor dancing together. I just think it's super important for the mother and even the father of the groom to be involved, especially if they don't have another child or
Right.
whatever. I didn't want her to show up and just sit in the seat and be an observer.
Mhm.
So making sure she had an important role was great.
Right.
And maybe, I don't know, maybe they don't want to be involved. Maybe they don't want to have a stay, but at least give them an opportunity to say, hey, if you want to
Yeah,
help out. If you want to help with a bridal shower, or, do something,
I
I
agree.
don't know. I've seen mothers and of the bride and mothers of the groom actually light candles at weddings. So, give them an opportunity to be involved.
Because 9 times out of 10, yeah, they want to be involved, but sometimes they just don't want to overstep their boundaries. So it's like you might have to be the one to reach out to them.
Yeah.
That's some good advice. I This is
Oh.
way off topic. I woke up early today. This stupid, and I know when this is gonna come out, it's gonna be like months later, and they're gonna be like, "What are you talking about?"
Oh, share.
This time jump. What is it called? The daylight savings time. Daylight.
Daylight
That's
savings
what it
time.
is.
Yep.
Daylight savings time has screwed me over so freaking bad. I have been eating dinner at 8 p.m. every day because I'm like, it's so early. It's like 7:30 because the sun just set. I was like, wait a minute. What? And so like I don't get hungry until like way later at night now. I can't get myself to wake up before
Mm.
8 a.m. So I didn't work out literally this entire week. I was like, something is just off with my internal clock. And you know what? I heard somebody talk about the fact that daylight savings time,
Mm.
that day or like right after that happens, there's a 24% increase of people with heart attacks that go to the hospital because it messes up with
What?
like your body and your system, which is crazy.
Are you
Any
kidding me? You could die because of daylight savings time. Wow.
So I finally got myself to wake up at 6 a.m. today. I was really struggling. And I was like, all right, I got to go to the gym because it's been a hot second. I drank the weekend away last weekend. So I need to do something good for myself. So I went to Planet Fitness with Evan. We did one
Mhm.
exercise and Evan was like, I feel like I'm going to throw up. And I was like, oh no. Like, not really. I cared about him, but I was like, I really want to finish this workout.
Oh,
And
no.
so he would like go over to the trash can and like
Uh,
take a couple deep breaths. And then,
over the trash can? Oh my
yeah, I thought he
gosh.
was just, I found that out after when we got back, but I thought he was just like, he had a lot of phlegm this morning. So I thought he was just, spitting some phlegm in there, whatever. Then it kind of subsided. We went on to our second exercise and third exercise. And I was like, I'm feeling a little iffy. And then it was our fourth exercise. And I did 2 sets of it. And I think I pushed myself too hard. Like, it was like what I normally do, but because it's been like at least a week since I've done it, my body was just like telling me, no, you need a break. So I like ran off the machine and I like sped walk. Is that a
Speed walked?
speed
Speed
walk?
walked?
Speed walked. I speed walked to the bathroom and I just like was like this over the toilet, like trying not to like throw up,
Gosh.
like like kneeling down, and
Oh, gross. Yeah.
it was either going to come out,
Oh.
one side or the other.
Oh,
And I was like, I can't do this here. Like, I'm not going to be the one that ruins this bathroom for everyone else. So
oh my gosh.
I was like, I texted Evan. I was like, we need to leave. Like, I was like, I love how he was like, when I told him that we needed to leave, he was like, all right, let's go. But when it was the other way around, I was like, but we still have exercises to do.
You don't deserve him. He's so sweet. He sucked it up for you.
He's just
Oh
too
my
nice for me.
gosh. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, anyway, that was my morning, and then I showered, blow dried my hair, put on makeup, and then I'm here. So my tummy is it's a rumbling. Didn't even have my coffee yet.
Mhm.
It's a little bit.
Uh,
Someone just is mixing it up in there, having a great time.
okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah. I really appreciate this story.
you're so
Yeah,
welcome.
I do. Yeah, thank you.
Mhm. You got to share the real stuff that happens because it makes people feel like they're not alone when it happens to them. Maybe I am the only one, but
No, 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 no. You're not. You're not. But when you want to get through it, you're like, oh, thank God it's over. I'll tell you, this reminds me of the other day when I had lentil soup. I had made lentil soup, and lentils and meat go together like Mentos and Diet Coke. Like
no.
I could feel it coming. So I go to the bathroom and I'm sitting on the toilet and I'm feeling it wanting to come up and I'm calling your dad on the phone and I said, "You got to bring me a bowl. I'm going to yak." Because it was going to come out one or both ends. And I leaned back on the toilet and I was like, "Lord, take me now." I was like,
It is a praise Jesus.
"I'm good. Yeah, I'm ready to go now. I'm ready. Just take me now."
But you survived.
I did survive. And I didn't think I was going to survive. I was ready. I was ready, Freddy, and I'm sitting there with the bowl in my,
That's always
underneath.
honestly like when it's that bad. Like normally, what I can compare that to is either gallbladder issues, like when you have a really bad gallbladder attack and you're just like, please God, I'm done with this.
Thank you, take me
Or
now.
when you're violently hungover and it's just the absolute end of the world and you can't get yourself to get better. You're just like,
Yep.
God,
Yeah, we're done.
I'm ready to go.
We're good.
We're good. We're set. Take me now. I need to leave. I need to go. It is my time. It is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh my goodness.
Oh man.
Okay, first though, you do have to tell me you went to Vegas this past weekend. You just mentioned it, but how was that?
Oh right. It was fun. I was there for 2 days.
Oh, do tell.
So basically, if you're a group of girls and you're walking down the strip or walking, because if you've been to Vegas, it is basically a strip of hotels, lots of places you can grab a drink. People are just like drinking alcohol down the strip. I don't know why it's legal there, but it is what it is. It is a
Vegas.
vibe. So you're just like walking down, chilling, and every 5 minutes, a promoter will be like, hey, want to come to like this club tonight? Like free drinks for ladies from 11 to 1, free entry for ladies. And so we're like, well, obviously I'll take that up because I'm not trying to spend that much money here. So
I'm on a budget.
we already had this promoter guy. He was like hooking us up with this fun club we were going to go to. I didn't know you're not supposed to have more than one promoter.
Oh.
So it was sometime on Saturday when we got there. There was another promoter that came up to us, and his name was And he was like,
hey, like, do you guys want to go to like this club tonight?
and we were like, yeah, I guess. Like, that sounds great. And it was a different club than, or maybe it was the same club. I'm getting my stories mixed up because I was like kind of tipsy the whole time. But it was kind of hard because they really just get in your faces. So I'm pretty sure it was for the same club, and we were like, oh yeah, like I'll take your little flyer thing, whatever. And then like they talk to you because you took their stuff. And so they're like,
Oh yeah, what's your number? That way I can like text you and make sure you're on the guest list so you're good to go.
and so my friend Bria gave him her number, and she's the one that had the other promoter too. So a couple hours later, before we went out, she gets a text from not but the first promoter. His name's, and he was like,
Do you have another promoter for tonight?
and she was like, oh yeah, somebody came up to us and asked us if we wanted to go, and so he just said he would put us on the guest list. Like, is that okay? And he was like,
Wait. No. I'm gonna have a discussion with because you guys are under my guest list.
and he was being so possessive, like a toxic boyfriend.
Oh, no.
Like, he was like,
How dare you have another promoter?
it sounded like he was so hurt from these texts that he was sending her. And we were like,
Oh, no.
I am so sorry. I didn't know that it was like a thing to only have one promoter. And he was like
No, it's okay. Just like don't let it happen again. Like
very weird about it. And so he was like,
just block his number if he tries to text you. Like I'm gonna talk to him.
and then it was this whole thing that he's like,
Okay, I have it all figured out. When you guys get to the club tonight, instead of going to the guest list line, you gotta go talk to Stevie, the manager, and he'll let you in and whatever.
so it was like we were like almost VIPs going to this club. It was just so
Wow.
weird. I was like,
That's kind of cool, though.
okay. I was like, wow, two guys like us? That's crazy. But anyway, so that was wild. Had a great time. We went to the Hakkasan. I think that's in MGM Grand, which is where we were staying. It was very fun.
Okay.
Got free drinks. This is the one time where it's like, heck yeah, it's a good day to be a girl. Free entry, free
Yeah,
drinks. I'm like, thank God. So
That's great. That's great.
if you didn't get free drinks, a drink of like a cup of, I don't know, what am I saying? Getting a drink there would probably be like $40 to $50. Just one,
Are you kidding me? Just one?
which is crazy.
That is outrageous. That is crazy. Go buy yourself a bottle at the liquor store.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Good thing you got it for free then.
I know. Well, there was like the second night we were there, it was like a pool party one, but nobody was in the pool, but everybody was like dressed like they were gonna be going, swimming,
Yeah.
whatever. But I guess it just wasn't the vibe that night. So, there's a lot of people obviously packed in there.
Mhm.
And I accidentally, you're looking around. I made eye contact with this man, which apparently is an
Oh.
invitation for him to be like,
Oh, she wants me.
walks over to me and he's like,
Hi, my name is.
I don't remember because I was drunk. And I was like, hi, I'm Emma. And he's like,
You look so beautiful tonight.
and I was like, thanks. And he's like, I don't remember what he said, but I was like, I'm in a relationship, but you're very nice. And he was like,
Have a good night.
he walks away.
Thank you. Next.
Literally next woman for him. He was very respectful, but I was like, ugh. It's always so awkward when you're
Oh, yeah.
in a like when you're not
Yeah,
single and
yeah,
you go to a club and somebody comes up to you, like you're like, oh, that's very brave of you for doing that. But at the same time, I'm like,
At least, well, you're in a relationship. Bria's in a relationship. At
Mhm.
least you have that excuse to get away if you need to. You have an out.
oh yeah.
Not all girls.
I love
get-
having an out. And even
Mhm.
if you're single and like somebody comes up to you and you're just like not feeling it, just say that you're in a relationship. They don't know.
Yeah. No, they don't. They don't. You can just
No.
get out
Or
of that.
say I'm
Say-
lesbian. Is that controversial?
I don't know. I think it might. I think it might have the opposite effect.
Turn them
You
on.
know,
It'd be like, okay, let me try to change you.
Yeah.
Let me change your mind.
Yeah.
You just haven't met the right one yet.
Oh my gosh.
Two other guys came up to me One of them just came up to our group. He was this like bald business looking man. And he was like having a very casual conversation with us, not really flirting. It was very weird vibes, like almost like he was trying to get us to come over to his table, which in hindsight, I was like, we could have just gotten free drinks, even though we already were getting free drinks. But we at least would have had a place to stay. But it wasn't trying to like lead him on and be like, yeah, we're all single when only one of us was. But
yeah, you were her wingman. Yeah.
Yeah. He told us that we looked like the Powerpuff Girls. He was like very discreet about it. He's like,
you guys remind me of this cartoon show I used to watch with my little sister when I was younger. I can't remember the. Oh, it's the Powerpuff Girls.
I was like, wow, you tried to make that sound like very unique when it's like,
oh my gosh,
a casual show that so many people have seen.
Oh my gosh.
Also, he told me I looked like Blossom. I was like, where?
Like Blossom, like
yes,
Mayim Bialik?
My friend Bria has blonde hair, and it was like this short curly blonde hair. My other friend Mia is like very like edgy, very much buttercup vibes, and I was like, well, who the fuck am I? So
not like Blossom, like
sorry,
Blossom, Mayim Bialik. It was a TV show back in like 80s, 90s.
Oh, he might have been alive then and probably like got confused.
I don't know.
He could have.
I don't know the Powerpuff Girls, so yeah.
Oh, okay. No. Sorry, but, Blossom Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
Who has red hair?
Okay. All right.
I'm like, oh, someone colorblind?
That is crazy pickup line.
Anyway, he tried to get us to go to his little spot with his buds, and Bria was like, she's married, but she was like, oh yeah, like she was being really nice. She was like, yeah, we can go, and he was like,
yeah, you guys want to come?
And I looked at her and I was like, we might get another drink first, and maybe we'll head over. Like, we'll see. And I didn't say like yes or no, but I was like, we're not going over there.
No.
I'm sorry. Maybe if we were single, and Mia wasn't interested. So I was like, okay. This is great. Anyway, Vegas was good.
Oh, good. Well, at least Mia had you there to, protect her, be your wing.
Yeah, she did. We had like signals. If she like actually liked the guy, she would like just subtly let us know, and then
the wink and a nod. The wink and a nod.
But if she then we'd be like, all right. Yeah, it was a good time. It was great.
Good.
All right. I honestly think that we should probably cut this episode. I was going to say cut it short, but it is freaking long.
It's long. Yeah.
Yeah. And we have more stuff to talk about. Any last words, Mom?
I think I just want to share that, even though we're talking about weddings because it is wedding season, don't feel like, you have to rush to get married. It's really a personal decision. And all weddings can be different and unique and truly you. Some are big, some are small, but make them something that you'll always remember. And remember, there's no perfect wedding. There's always going to be a hiccup somewhere down the line. But, take your time, put your Pinterest board together if you want to, or you know what? Elope and spend more money on the honeymoon or buy a house or do whatever you want.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. I can't wait to talk to you next week and share what we have planned. So hopefully you like this week's episode on weddings and us getting completely off track. So that happens a lot. But yeah, we'll see you next week. Okay. Bye.